It's recently been announced that the Netflix deal to buy Warner Brothers fell through because Paramount put in a bid that was deemed more valuable to Warner Brothers. So it's now official. Paramount is going to be buying Warner Brothers, or at least the process of an acquisition has begun for that. And it should be completed by the end of this year or the beginning of the next year. If you remember how the Disney Fox merger went, it's typically a little bit of time, but now it's kind of on its way to happening, like for sure. Now, a few months ago, I made a video talking about Netflix potentially buying Warner Brothers and how that would just be devastating for cinema because Netflix absolutely does not like cinema. They want to kill the movie theater industry, and they definitely would have sped up that process had their acquisition been successful. So, the way I looked at the Paramount bid, it was also bad, but for a particularly different reason, in the sense that theaters are okay. However, now there's another key problem, and I'll just get into why this one, while not as bad for film and cinema long run in terms of quality control and how you'll be getting media and how media will be tailored, might not be as devastatingly cut as it might have been otherwise. There's now the case where Paramount, which owns Nickelodeon, which owns CBS, which owns Comedy Central, which owns so many IPs, is now also owning, well, for one, Cartoon Network, CNN, TNT, uh like there's so many different properties, and then film rights, Superman, the whole DCEU. Basically those superheroes are going to be in line, like they're going to be owned by the same umbrella that essentially owns all the Nick IPs, every Paramount IP, um Skydance as well. It's, well, it's not ideal, which is just another indicator that that 2019 Disney Fox merger was really devastating because, well, as you know, now there will not be as many competitors in the industry because they're kind of owned by three big ones at this point, four if you're counting Sony. And that is really worrying for entertainment on its own because, sure, maybe the gradual decline of cinemas won't speed up, but it still indicates the same quality. Corporate overlords are going to have way more control. Now, some people are worried about this not being good for James Gunn's DCU. In my prediction, I don't think this is going to mean much for it because as long as it's profitable, I don't think there's going to be a big deal there. I feel like James Gunn's DCU will probably be fine for now. There is one aspect to this, of course, that everyone is talking about, which is the political aspect. Now, the reason for this is because people believe that in recent months, especially when they were trying to get the Skydance merger approved, well, Paramount did a few things that were a little bit odd in the sense that, well, people believe that the Colbert Show was canceled to appease the Trump administration, essentially to approve the Skydance merger. In my opinion, I don't entirely know that this was the case. Maybe that was something they did, but late night talk shows have are really expensive, and also they've been losing money. Like at this point, it's the audience for that is shrinking. People under 50 are way less likely to watch those, so I don't think it was because of that, but that was a key indicator, and there's been a lot of different lawsuits that, well, Paramount has bent to by the Trump administration and the FCC. So these are valid concerns that people have. And while, yes, this is something to keep in mind, I don't necessarily believe the claims that, well, some people on, like, on social media are basically saying, oh, the far right now controls like a majority of media. No, that's not how it is. Corporations, big businesses, They're corrupt in a way that is not guided left or right. They are guided by what will make us money. And at this moment, with that administration in power, they felt being more friendly to the Trump administration while trying to get both a merger and now an acquisition approved is the way to go. But no, they will go with whatever they view as politically feasible, economically feasible, fiscally feasible. They don't, like, corporations do not have political ideologies. Their political ideology is, how can I make money? How can I make a profit? And well, that's not really going to be something that changes, other than expect a lot less creative risks to be taken once this deal is finalized. Generally speaking, yeah, it's, I just don't buy the narrative that this is some political takeover. Again, companies do not run by political motives. If they did, I mean, so many things in the past would be different. They they don't care about politics, they care about money. They just approved the 1.5 million dollar, a $1 billion deal with the creators of South Park. And that season has been anti-Trump. It's a good season, by the way. And well, they paid them $1.5 billion. They're anti-Trump, owned by Paramount, but it makes them money. So if there is a pro-Trump show that comes out and it makes them money, they'll keep it on air, but they would just as easily keep the anti-Trump show on air. And people, this has been a thing for a long time now, where the left and the right like to say that, oh, the other side controls the media. No, no one controls the media. The business and the money that they like to earn controls it. So that's not a worry. But in terms of content, with these, basically all these monopolies forming, I really, really think we need antitrust laws like yesterday, like last year, last decade. And, maybe not even the Disney Fox, maybe Disney buying Marvel, Star Wars in the same like 2 year span. Maybe it began with that, but it's definitely not going in a positive direction. So, yeah, there's that. Just wanted to kind of rant about that. Looks like within a year or two, Paramount will own Warner Brothers, and oh, get ready for entertainment to suffer.